The great Bob Marley said, "Everything in life have its purpose, find its reason in every season, forever, yeah." And that's the truth. Nothing in life happens by accident, especially no sickness. You don't get a cough, a random fever, some random bacterial infection, an abscess or anything, just randomly. Everything starts from within, everything has its purpose. But we have to find the purpose and we can do something about it. That's why I want to talk to you today about fasting. Fasting is a very powerful method to so-called get rid of diseases. Fasting is a powerful method to just clean yourself within, to just cleanse the whole system, And if you still think that you randomly get a fever, you get sick, whatever, just by accident, just know that that's not true. That's why I want to share with you a powerful story from mine today, how I recently just became sick. But first, I want to introduce myself. I'm Konscious in Naku. I just want to inspire you, give you wisdom, give you mindset shifts, give you inspiration, give you controversial truths that will help you become so-called the best version of yourself. Just to elevate, just elevate to the next level, just get higher. Just become better at whatever stage you are, at whichever level you are right now. Just get one step closer to your vision. So we will talk about many different things throughout the podcast, throughout the episodes. But today I want to share with you a powerful story of mine, what fast I'm doing right now, what different fasts I've did before, because I just recently recorded an episode about fasting where I just briefly shared my experiences, shared what fasting is about. But today I want to dive a little bit deeper into my own journey, give you more tips, give you some kind of insights, what the challenges are, what tools you can use to face those challenges, and also what you should think about the risks that comes with fasting and how you can start if you never fasted before. So I want to share a story of mine, how recently I just got sick, because I'm almost never sick. Throughout the years, I became more healthy and I got less and less sick. So I think this year I wasn't sick this year before, but just 1.5 weeks ago, I got fever for one day. Usually it comes with one day, then it stays one day, and then it leaves one day with me. So I was at my parents' home. I visited them. They're not plant-based vegan as me, but whenever I got home, they cook for me nice. They make some nice plantains. So my mom makes sure that everything that she cooks is plant-based vegan for me and Lizzie. And when I say I never got sick, that doesn't mean that you are healthy just because you don't get sick, because there's another story that I also want to share. I'm working at the restaurant right now, and when we had a break in summer for 2 weeks, I talked to the chef. Talked to one of our chefs, and I was like, "Yeah, what you gonna do for the 2 weeks? Are you gonna go on vacation? Are you gonna travel? Are you gonna do this, do that?" And he was like, "No, I'm probably gonna get sick." And I'm like, "Why are you manifesting becoming sick?" And he was like, No, it's not like that. It's just when you work for such a long period of time, chefs, they're hustling. They're hustling really every single day. They're working 10, 12 hours every single day. So he was like, when you are working for such a long time and your body gets a break all of a sudden, it is like the body gets time to really rest and let go of everything that it was suppressing before. So that may click to me, and that makes so much sense, because often we put ourselves into situations where we don't give our body the time and the space to rest. So we cannot even get sick because our body knows, our body's in a survival state where it knows okay, I cannot afford now to be sick. I have to keep it pushing. So that's what happened to one of my colleagues, and it makes sense because they are working every single day, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and they have to perform, So when you're in a state where you cannot rest for a bit, and then suddenly you get to that point where you rest, your body's like, okay, now I can let go of everything that I was suppressing before. Now I can get fever, I clean up my system, because every sickness that every disease, so-called disease, that people see as enemies, perceive as enemies, is in reality just your body cleaning up. When I have a fever, when I'm coughing, my body is just letting go of whatever is in my lungs and my system and just getting rid of it. when I'm having a cold and I'm sneezing all the time, like the mucus, everything that is within my system, my lymphatic system, my body's just cleaning up and letting go of it. So these are not bad things. When we take medicine that is suppressing this, we are depriving our bodies of letting go of the shit that we have within us. It's very simple, you know. So every disease is not a disease in terms of that the body is doing something bad for you. Your body is always working in your highest favor if you put your body into the environment of being able to get to that highest potential, you know. So I want to go back to the story where I got sick because I was in Munich. I wasn't sleeping a lot. I was not eating healthy as I used to eat, because when I'm home, my mom, she cooks very delicious, but that doesn't mean that it's healthy, you know, because like the fried stuff, the fried plantain, the oily stuff, the beans, whatever she was cooking, like it was so delicious. But I knew myself that, okay, I'm going to get into boot camp now, into health boot camp also, because that's not how I usually eat. That's not the plant-based version of meals that I put usually into my body. So I knew that afterwards I will have to balance that out. And usually I do two big fasts within the year. I did a 3 to 4 weeks watermelon juice fast in May. And I knew that in October I was also gonna do like a proper big fast. I don't know if it's gonna be in the watermelon season or the grape season or whatever. So I knew that after visiting my parents, I have to fast. So when I was there, I ate a lot of shit. I was like indulging a bit. I was like, yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm gonna eat some snacks. I'm gonna eat some bread. I'm gonna eat some chips and cookies and stuff. So I ate unhealthy. I slept very bad, or not bad, but not enough. I was traveling in the morning and slept in the train. So then I come back to Berlin and I drove the motorcycle. I didn't wear a scarf. Like I was very unprotected, and everything accumulated and brought me to the point where on Friday, I was realizing, okay, I have like a throat sore. I'm realizing I'm getting sick. I'm like, whoa, I've never been sick for a long time. So am I really gonna get sick? So I knew that the next day when I'm gonna wake up, either I'm gonna be healthy again or I'm gonna be like in bed, really resting. So when I woke up the next day, it hit me. And I was like, okay, I have to rest now. And fortunately, I got the day off at work. So it worked out perfectly and I could rest. And I knew that after the period when I'm going to be sick, I have to fast. And why I'm telling you the story is to just show you, on the one side, when you're becoming healthier and living a healthier lifestyle, and then get into a lifestyle where you're not eating so healthy anymore, your body will recognize that and your body will do everything in your favor to get rid of the bad food that you ate, the bad sleep that you got, you know. So your body will do its best to help you, but on the outside it will seem like, now you're very sensitive, you cannot eat fast food, bad food anymore, you automatically get sick. And it makes sense because your body is just like doing what it can do to get rid of whatever you're eating. But if you're used to eating bad shit all the time, your body has to use like proper mechanisms to get rid of it. It doesn't, a fever or a cough or whatever is not enough anymore to get rid of the stuff. So that's how heavier diseases come into the place, because it's like it builds over time. And it's, for example, something is dirty, you just take some water. If it's fresh, you take some water, wipe it, it's clean. If you didn't clean it for 2 days, water's not enough anymore. You will need some proper cleaning stuff, you know? And if you leave it for over 10 years, you will have to come with, I don't know, weapons to make the shit clean, you know? So it's like, how long the dirt is within the body, it would take harder mechanisms to get rid of it, you know? So when I got sick, I knew that, okay, I have to fast. So right now, what fasting I'm doing right now is I'm doing a grape fast. I'm only eating grapes for 3 weeks. I started on Monday, a week ago. I did a 2-day water fast where I only drink water with a little bit of lime in it, and to just give my body a little bit of calmness before I'm starting into the grape fast. And the grape fast, what I'm doing is I'm eating like approximately 1.5 kilograms a day, 7 portions. So in the morning, I wash my grapes, I wash them with natron, I clean them properly, then I weigh them, and then every 2 hours, every 2 hours I eat a portion of grapes. And this is the kind of fast that I'm doing right now. And I also did a lot of different fasts. So the reason why you also should fast is, first of all, to cleanse your body. To cleanse your body physically, physically in terms of to get rid of old cells, to get rid of the accumulated dirt, to get rid of whatever damaged cells and proteins you have within yourself, to just get rid of them and feel lighter in your essence, because automatically if you cleanse yourself internally, you will feel lighter, you will feel better, you will feel more focused, you will feel not so stagnant, you just have more energy in life. So there are many, many, many different benefits that will help you along the journey if you are regularly fasting. That's why I'm doing 2 big fasts a year, and I'm always trying to improve myself. I'm always trying to get better, because if you listen to my podcast episode about fasting last time, I told you the first time I fasted was 8 years ago, where I just was inspired by the Muslims, where I didn't eat from sunrise to sunset. I didn't eat the whole day, and in the evening I just ate like some rice, I ate like some vegetables, I ate like some fruits, and I did it for a whole week, and I realized my skin was becoming shinier, my system just was being cleansed, and I also know that a lot of people out there who are doing the fast during the Muslim time, they fast throughout the whole day, but then after the fasting period they eat some shit. Like, it's not about just depriving yourself of food and then eating some bullshit, because that's not gonna bring I think that's even gonna make it worse, because your body's like not getting any nutrients, and then you give him some shit, then he tries to take the best out of it, but there's nothing left there. So if you fast, you have to keep it balanced, you have to know what you are eating and why you're eating and why you're doing it first place. Why are you fasting? Like, do you want to clean your body? Do you want to clean your mental self? Do you want to clean your spiritual self? Do you want to just reprogram your whole being? Like, why are you fasting? And for me, myself, I fast because, first of all, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy for life. I want to accomplish a lot of things. I want to get to the highest level possible. And I know that it's not only about financial stuff. It is not only about material stuff. It is about my body, because everything that I create comes from here. It comes from within. And if this body here, if this being, if this temple is not healthy, I will not create high level things in life. It's just 1 + 1 is 2. If I'm shit, I will create shit. I will try to do my best, but if internally I don't feel healthy, that if I don't believe in myself, because the stagnant energy, like, it manipulates yourself so much. A lot of people don't know, but this universe here can be full of wonderful beings, wonderful creatures, wonderful bacteria, wonderful viruses that helps you, or it can be full of parasites that control your being so much that you will have some cravings in the mid of the night of stuff that you would usually don't eat, because everybody has parasites within us. Everybody is like, for example, if you leave some fruits, or if you damage some fruits and leave them in the kitchen and come back 2 weeks later, you will see a lot of mold, you will see maybe even some worms inside, you will see many different things inside. Do you think they just come from outer space and flew there and was like, yeah, there's some grapes, let's get them, let's eat them? Like, the seeds or the eggs, everything was already within the fruit. But if the environment is proper for them to grow, they will flourish. That's how mold is created. It's not like everything comes out of random. It's just like, if the circumstances, if the environment is there for them to grow, they will grow. And that's the same within the body. If you put your body into an environment that is not alkaline, that is more acidic, the diseases will come, the parasites will grow, they will eat off the shit that you have within your body. That's why it's so important to balance that out, to balance yourself out, to clean yourself, to be in a healthy state and healthy environment, so the parasites, the bad bacteria, the viruses, they don't flourish that much, It is very important to fast regularly, because it will keep you, it will improve your focus, it will improve your health, it will improve your mindset, it will give you discipline, it will give you motivation, all of those things if you do it properly. And there are many signs that you should fast, because one sign, like I told you, is that you are sick. You're constantly sick. You just go outside, you maybe didn't wear a scarf, you maybe was a little bit cold, boom, you got a fever, you got this, you got that. So your immune system is so weak, and that could be a sign that you just have a lot of shit within your body, and your body is like not able to handle all the stuff, you know? But also, what I realize is, I'm being very honest and very harsh to you. When your breath, when your sweat, when your whatever part of your body, when it stinks, you smell the acidic inside of it. You smell that, this is no healthy smell. But you don't want to be honest to yourself. You know that you should fast. You know that there's dirt within your body. You can smell it. You can see it. You have outbreaks in your system. You had outbreaks in your face. You have outbreaks on your toes, man. Like, my toes are not the most prettiest toes ever, I know. But depending on how healthy I am, I can see that, there's just some stuff that I have to clean, like within me. Like, there's so much stuff that I still have to clean. I'm not saying that I'm perfectly healthy and everything. Like, we all have our garbage that we are carrying, we all have our bags that we are carrying, but these are just signs that you should fast, that you need to clean your system. Your sweat underneath your arms, it stinks. Your breath stinks. When you sleep the whole night and you didn't open the window, you come back into the room, it stinks. That means like the smell is coming from within you. So if you are listening to these signs and if you are honest to yourself, you know that, okay, there's some cleansing that I have to do within myself. That's why I'm telling you, like, also, after you go to the toilet, if this smells like death, you have to fast, man. That's crazy, because I know myself. When I go to the toilet, I go to the toilet first. I go to the toilet so quick. It's about how well your body digests your food. If you spend 3 hours in the toilet, that should be the case. I go to the toilet quicker than I take a piss, because my body's digesting the food properly. But sometimes when I eat shit, I smell it. I know that, okay, it smells bad. I know that it takes longer to digest because I take longer to release the stuff. And these are just random signs. There are a lot of more signs that you can analyze for yourself, but there are many signs that show you that you have to fast within yourself. So different fasts that I did, for example, I did water fasting. I did water fasting for 5 days, for 3 days, for 2 days. And how I did it, just briefly, was usually I just drink water the whole day, but also put some lime in it. I put some minerals in it, I put some Himalaya salt in it sometimes. I put also, what is very powerful, to put some essential oils into it. And the very powerful essential oil is oregano oil. Oregano oil has like so many powerful benefits for cleansing your system. Like, it takes only 1 drop because it's like very, very, very potent. Oregano oil, 1 drop inside of the water with some lime, maybe some olive oil, maybe some Himalaya salt, like to keep the body like really at a hydrated state, but don't drink too much. If you drink too much water, you see that your urine is like almost like water. That means you drank too much, because it has to be like just slightly yellow so you can see that the dirt, the toxins are excreminated, like you're just letting go of the toxins. But if you drink too much water, that's also not good enough, because you are taking the nutrients and the minerals out of your body. So it is like to be at this state where you are drinking enough and also not drinking too much. That's what I can recommend to you. Also, what fast that I did, or what fast that I usually do when I'm not fasting at all, I'm always doing the intermittent fasting. I'm always eating from 12, maybe sometimes 1, maybe sometimes 2 p.m. to the evening. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, depends on how on my time management, because the earlier you eat, the more time you got to eat before you go to bed, the easier you will sleep, the better sleep you will have. Your body can cleanse itself more. Your body can go into autophagy within the sleep, cleanse all your systems, cleanse all the cells. But if you go to bed with a full stomach, you will not have the most beneficial sleep. I do that often because sometimes I just have bad time management, but whenever I can, I try to not eat before going to sleep. I eat like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours before going to sleep. So I can highly recommend to you to start maybe with an intermittent fast, where you eat like only for a period of 8 hours a day, or 6 hours a day, or 4 hours a day. Like, a lot of people are doing 1 meal a day, and that is so beneficial for your health. And it will just give you, of course you have to get used to it, but it will just help you cleanse your system on a regular, because you are always getting yourself into that autophagy modus. Also, what fast that I did is a watermelon juice fast that I told you about. Like, I juiced my watermelon every single day and I drank like 2 liters a day. Also on a basis where I don't drink like 1 liter and then 1 liter. I only drink like a cup here, a cup there. So I try to keep my body in this mode where it can digest and take the nutrients out of it, work with it, and then let it go. So it has to be like very balanced, but it's also a very challenging act to not drink everything at once, because you're not eating anything at all, you're just drinking. So it feels like you always will have these cravings, but I will come to the challenges as well. And yeah, there are many different other fasts that you can do. You can do herbal tea fast, you can do alkaline fast. Like, you just maybe have to, of course, I would recommend to you to find your own way of fasting, to find your own way of doing things. That's why you have to experiment, because we are all different. We are all different, therefore we will all have different symptoms, we will have different challenges, we will have different cravings, we will have different outcomes. And our body, our microbiome, our whole self, our whole being, where we are from, if you're African, if you're Asian, if you're European, like my ancestors, they are used to a lot of sun. The melanin within my body needs a lot of sun. Not everybody needs that much sun. So we all are different in our own way. So we have to find our own way as well. But still, there are some healing capacities within everybody. For example, like I told you, like the autophagy, or in the podcast that I recorded, I talked about autophagy, but I want to explain a little bit more now. So autophagy is a process within the body that is like a cleanse. It cleanses itself. It happens when there are many different methods where you can get to the autophagy. For example, like in your sleep, you can get to autophagy when you don't eat for 60 hours, 18 hours, depending on how much calories, how much food you intake on a daily basis. So you get into a state where your body is like utilizing everything that is already within. So it is like you have these damaged parts of your cells and your cells recognize it. So they build something called autophagosome. And this autophagosome makes like a capsule around this damaged cell particle. Okay. So then comes the lysosome. The lysosome is an organelle from the cell. Like, same as we have organs within our body, also our cells have organs. They have their nervous system, they have the digestive system. So they have different parts, and the lysosome is like the stomach of the cell. So it has a lot of enzymes to break down things. So the lysosome fuses together with the autophagosome and they build the autolysosome. So within this autolysosome, everything that is within is being broken apart into its particles, into its lipids, into its amino acids, like into its particles, so it can utilize it again. It just recycles the dirt into its particles and then use it again. So that is what happened when you fast. Like many different, almost every cell within your body just cleanses itself, and you get rid out of the dirt through the lymphatic system. And it's just a very, very powerful and so genius method of the body to heal itself, that it's possible to just cleanse itself, but that only happens when you push yourself into that environment where it has to do that. And of course, it comes with a price, because nothing is just for free. You have to deprive yourself of amount of food to get into that state. And if you do that on a regular basis, if you do the one meal a day fasting or intermittent fasting, it can happen. There are many researches about time periods on this earth where there were food shortages, and the people that make it through this food shortage, they become healthier and live longer. And also pregnant women that may have been malnutrition through the period of pregnancy, the children and also the mothers, they build a more resistance and became healthier because of the adjustment to the environment of not having enough, so the body adjusted to this challenge. So the challenges that will come throughout the fast, for me, when I started to fast first, like, of course you have cravings. You will have cravings. If you never fasted before, you will have cravings. And then it's the challenge how you deal with these cravings, because these cravings are of course from your body, but also from your mind. So what you have to do then is really get into your spirit, because your spirit can separate itself from the body and the mind. You can observe your mind, you can observe your body, how you may feel hungry, you may want to eat some chips, you may want to eat some cookies, then these cravings will shift to you only want to eat fruits or whatever, like depending on which fast you're doing, So the cravings will definitely come. And that's how you are challenging yourself to be disciplined, It is not easy to fast. Not everyone can fast. That's why I will make a recommendation how you can start to fast. But to deal with these cravings and being hungry, if you are managing it and making the most out of it, you will come out as a new human. What I'm also experiencing when I fast is that it's easier for me to be triggered, because since I'm in a low level state, I don't have that much energy. I'm not mainly in the beginning, in the beginning of the fasting phase, because I still have to be adjusted. I still have to adjust to that fast, and I have to just get used to the environment. So it's easier for me to be triggered. Therefore, a trigger is always about me. A trigger is never about somebody that is triggering me or a situation that is triggering me. It's always about something that is within me, that is within my subconscious, and it's always an opportunity for me to work on that trigger and reprogram myself. For example, if you have a girlfriend, if you have a boyfriend, and they trigger stuff within you, maybe they say something, maybe they do something, whatever, situations occur that you may have easily handled when you're not fasting. When you're fasting, suddenly it gets easier to be just impulsive, react in a different way, say something you didn't mean to. But that's how you can train yourself and work on yourself and trying to figure out, why is this triggering me? Why is this happening? It is always on you to master yourself when you are fasting. Also, what can happen, that happens with me when I started to, for example, a couple of years ago, I did a water fast for a couple of days or even a week or something, and I was with Lizzie. I was with my wife, and I was very low in energy. I was very low, I was very fatigued, and I didn't have enough energy. And in hindsight, afterwards, I realized I wasn't doing anything. I was just chilling, and my body got used to that state and got lower and lower and lower because it didn't need any energy. So when you put yourself to a position where you are fasting, but you're not moving, you're not going out into the nature, you're not doing some walks, or you're not maybe doing a light workout, doing a jog or whatever, you will be more fatigued than when you just keep it pushing a little bit, So I can just highly recommend to you to not lay on the sofa all the time, but to stay moving, to stay pushing, to go for a quick jog, go into the gym, do a light workout, do some things that keep you active, because that's how you also don't lose too much weight and your body don't get into the mode where you're just completely in fatigue mode, completely energy loss. That is what helped me, because right now while I'm doing this grape fast now, I'm on day 6 from 21 days. I'm doing some push-ups here and there. Later, I will go to the gym. I will do a light workout. I'm always moving at work, in the restaurant. I'm always walking, because as a service, you have to walk a lot. So that's how I am staying productive, and I'm staying consistent while not losing too much energy, while not losing too much weight. That's how what I can recommend to you. And also, what you may realize is that you will have some weight loss. And of course, it is natural to lose some weight if you are not eating that much. But after the fast, it is the duty of yours to eat healthy and gain those weight again, because you are getting rid of everything that is bad for your body, but you also have to build that up again. When I finish the 21-day fast of grapes, I will not start eating normally again. I will first eat some fruits for a couple of days, some different kind of fruits. I will buy me some mangoes, some pineapples, some bananas, some avocados, tomatoes, cucumbers. I will eat many different fruits, and I will also do a kind of mono fasting where I don't mix the fruits. I will eat a portion of cucumbers. Next meal, I will eat a portion of bananas. Next, I will eat a portion of avocados. So I will only eat one type of fruit for my body. So it is for my body easier to be digested, And when I do this for 3 days, for 4 days, then I will switch to a raw fast. I will also try to implement some nuts, some seeds, some different vegetables, to adjust my body slowly to eating again and not get into like eating some falafel again or some burgers or whatever, because that can be very harmful and dangerous for your body, because you're only used to eating grapes and then suddenly boom, you give them some starch, some potatoes, whatever. It is very hard for your body to digest that, and also for the microbiome it has to build up again. And that's why it's very important to start slowly after a fast. Of course, depending on how long you fast. If you're fasting for 2 days, it's not going to be, as far as I know, it's not going to be a difficulty. But if you're fasting for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or even months, as some people do, you have to adjust your body to eating normally again, step by step by step. So that's what I will do. After the 3 weeks grape cleanse, I will eat some fruits for a couple of days, and then I will eat some raw stuff for a couple of days, and then I will start to eat, to giving my body like different foods that may be harder to be processed step by step by step, some cooked stuff. So what I also know, there's so many powerful tools out there. There's so many powerful tools that can help you along the fast, support you, and give you really strength. And one of the most powerful tools, I will have to make an own episode about it, is the breath. Like, breath is life. Spirit is life. Spirit is breath. If you look up what the word spirit really means, where it comes from breath. Everything that is breathing is alive. So most of the people, they don't know how to breathe properly. Most of the people, they're breathing through their mouth, they're having like very short breath. But if you are not able to breathe properly into your stomach, through the diaphragm, the breathing muscle, you will not have that much power. Every time that I'm realizing throughout the fast that I may not have enough energy, for example, I'm still working throughout the fast. Like I don't do like a 3-week work break. I still work, and sometimes I may not be able to eat my grapes, because I'm mid in the work and I'm not able to do a break. So what helps me in that situation is breath. I consciously breathe because my cells, they need oxygen. My cells need energy. And when you breathe properly, you give your body energy. So breath is a very, very powerful tool for situations where you may lack energy, where you lack motivation, where you lack discipline, where you lack focus, whatever it is. If you are consciously breathing, you're already on the way. You're really already on the way. So remember breath whenever challenges occur, stressful situations, panic attacks. Like, there's so many situations in life where breath will help you. You just have to learn how to properly breathe. And that is through your nose into your stomach for a couple of seconds. Like, let's say, try to get to the point where you can breathe for 4 seconds in, hold it a little bit, and then breathe out for 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Like, you can do that on a daily basis for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like, to just adjust yourself and learn how to properly breathe. If you mouth breathing, you're losing a lot of energy. Your nose is also like your nose hair, everything within your nose is cleansing the air. If you're breathing through the mouth, there's no cleanse of the air. You get in all the dirt, you get in all the dust, all the crap. So that's why it's important to breathe through your nose. Also, when you breathe through your nose, you're breathing in slowly, so your body can utilize the oxygen within the air better than if you're breathing through your mouth. And there are many, many different benefits that I don't want to get into now. But if you breathe through your nose all the time, and breathe out through your nose and master that challenge of becoming really a nose breather, not a mouth breather, you're really doing something powerful for you. Also, conscious thoughts, because it is a very challenging act to fast. So your mind will always try to convince you of eating this, of doing this, of whatever. Like, you have to be really conscious with how you're thinking in life in general. That's why after the fast, if you are still using this conscious mindset for whatever you want to accomplish in life, or wherever you are, it will help you grow, it will help you become better. That's what I do. Like, whenever something challenging occurs, I'm always meditating, I'm always being focused on my mind. I close my eyes, I breathe, I'm observing myself in situations. What am I thinking right now? Is this the most powerful way to handle the situation? Is this the most powerful way to talk to someone who's triggering me? So if you are conscious with your mind, that is also very powerful. And also conscious eating. Because when I'm fasting right now, it's not that I eat a bunch of grapes and I just indulge them in seconds. Like, I eat 1 grape at a time. I eat a bowl of grapes for a meal and I eat 1 grape at a time. And every grape that I eat, I chew them consciously. I chew them until they are very chewed completely. Like most people, they don't chew properly. They don't eat properly, they don't breathe properly, and they don't chew properly because you have to chew your food. You have to super chew your food because the more you chew your food, the easier it is for your body to digest the food. Why do you have the teeth in your mouth? Tell me. You have to use your teeth. What you don't use, you lose. If you don't use your teeth properly, you may have some teeth disease or whatever. Like, you have to chew your food properly, no matter if you're fasting or not. But if you're fasting, you will face the challenge of eating properly because it is the challenge to be very mindful how you eat. That's why I eat one grape, I chew it for maybe a minute, and then I eat the next grape. I chew it until it's properly chewed, and then I swallow. I chew the seeds, I chew the skin, I chew the flesh, everything. And it helps me to be very mindful in the present moment, to be very, very in the now with whatever I do. It's not only about eating, because nowadays it's easy to be distracted. It's easy to be distracted by Instagram, by Twitter, by YouTube, by the noise outside, whatever. But if you are practicing mindfulness through eating, through fasting, you will apply that into your daily life. That's why it's so important to fast multiple times a year, here and there, because it reminds you again and again and again to be mindful. Because when I stop the fast now, after my, in total I will do like 4 weeks. Of course, for a couple of weeks I will be very mindful, but also that mindful, it shifts away, you know. It drifts away slowly and slowly and slowly, and then I have to remind myself again and again and again. So it's always a balance. It's always like, it's never only rising higher. It's like up and down and up and down and up and down. But throughout the time period, you will get higher and higher and higher. So be very conscious about how you eat. Now, I just also want to share with you, what else do I do for staying healthy, you know, because fasting, like I told you, is very important, is very healthy. I hope you got some clarity about fasting, how I fast, what different kind of methods I use to fast. And I told you in the podcast episode before that I'm not a physician, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a very healthy, conscious guy who wants to give you the best that I know, the wisdom that I know, the knowledge that I know, and I want to just inspire you to become better, you know. Not everyone's gonna apply this methods, not everyone is gonna apply this knowledge, because only the use of knowledge is creating wisdom. If you learn a lot, but you never use it, what is it gonna help? You know, like if you don't use it, it will not help anyone. So what else I do to stay healthy? I have my routines. I try to not be too rigid within the routines, you know, because everything is a flow. You have to always be in the flow. Vietnam taught me really to always have to be in the flow. In Vietnam, when you cross the street, there are so many mopeds, so many cars, but if you walk into the flow properly, they will just drive by you easily. So if you are in the flow, everything else will be in the flow. But if you are too stuck in your mind, if you are too stuck in the plan, in whatever, in the schedule, you will get your challenges, because I know how it is. So what else I do in the morning? I take a cold shower. First thing in the morning, I brush my teeth, then I cold shower to just get to my senses. To get to the point where I can just shower cold, where I can just take a cold shower every single day, it took me a while. I started a couple of years ago. I did some ice bathing with some friends. Wim Hof inspired me. If you don't know Wim Hof, look him up. He can really be inspiration for you. Maybe that is the thing that you need. But it's also about being in balance, you know, because to take an ice bath every single day and to only have this kind of method to get in the moment can be very addictive. Everything can be addiction. Fasting can be addiction. Good things can be addiction and bad things can be addiction too. But the goal is really to be in balance within everything. To not be addicted to anything, to not be dependent on anything, but to always know how you can use and utilize everything within every situation, to know like, okay, now I have to stop eating for 3 weeks, I have to fast. Then I get into the mode where I may be indulging a little bit, pleasing myself a bit, pleasing my inner child, my inner teen, you know, like to be in balance all the time, but steadily moving and growing and become better. So if you are doing something and it feels very good, it can be challenging to not be addicted, because that happens to me often when I fast, because fasting is like you start to fast, it's very challenging, then you keep it pushing, then you get to the state where you feel so amazing, your mind is working, your body's working, you're like, you're in the fasting high. That I'm right now, I'm in the fasting high. So you get into the fasting high and be like, yo, I want to be in that state forever, for life. I never want to be low again. But that's not the case. You will be low at some point again. So when I fasted, I think last year I did the watermelon juice fast, or I think it was watermelon fast. I got addicted to the high and it was like, I want to live like this forever. And I lost some weight, like you will lose some weight when you fast. And Lizzie was like, yo, you have to calm yourself down, man. You're not going to eat watermelon for life. And that's the thing. You cannot do anything for life. I cannot eat grapes for life. Grapes are very healthy. They have a lot of nutrients, a lot of antioxidants. They have a lot of great, powerful, structured water. They have just a lot of nutrients, But I cannot eat grapes forever because then I'm depriving myself of other stuff, because you have to eat in a very balanced way to get the best of everything. So if you become addicted to something, it can happen quickly because you're always trying to escape from the moment. You're always trying to get here, get there, but it's always about the now. It's always about where you are right now, and you always have to recalibrate yourself and readjust your mindset, where you are, what you're going to do, what you would do, what you should do. So it's really a challenge out there. But fasting will always remind you, if you do it frequently, if you do it in a healthy manner. What else I do throughout the day is to meditate. I try to meditate 5 or 10 minutes a day. I would do longer, but nowadays time is really a special asset. So you have to know how to use the time. I don't take 30 minutes or 1 hour a day to meditate. I don't have the time for that, but I try always to meditate throughout the day with the conscious breaths, but also in the morning to give myself 5 minutes or 10 minutes where I just breathe, hold the breath a little bit, breathe out throughout the nose. Do that. You can do box breathing, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds breathe in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds breathe out, 4 seconds hold. And then you can do that for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I do that throughout the day to just, in the morning, but also throughout the day to just calm myself, be more relaxed, be more focused, and that will help me. Also, how I eat, I'm a plant-based vegan. I don't eat meat, I don't eat dairy products, I don't eat cheese, I don't drink milk or anything else. And I know that comes with a lot of challenges, because everything has its ups and downs. I know a lot of people out there who are promoting, there are even people out there promoting to only eat meat. Like there's some carnivores out there, and there may be some health benefits within that, but there are also a lot of negative aspects about that will maybe only show up later, because we as humans, I know we are not supposed to eat meat. How our digestive system works, how our teeth are built, and everything. We are not supposed to eat meat. Of course you can eat meat. Of course you can use the benefits out of it. But if you look at the biological structure of the human and compare that to a lion or whatever, you will see that we are completely different. But I don't want to dive too deep into that. I just know that everything comes with its challenges. I'm plant-based vegan. I do my best to stay healthy, to stay in a holistic, healthy state. And I'm learning the proper way of eating. I'm learning the proper way of nutrition, the proper way of cleansing. And it takes time, it takes effort. I'm learning more and more and more, but that's what I'm at right now. And I can share with you also for Black people out there. They have a different biological structure than Caucasian people, for Asian people. So we have to know where we are from, how our ancestors are eating, how our ancestors used to eat, and what is the best nutritional value within the food for ourselves, Also, what is very, very, very important for me, myself, every single day, here I have it too, I drink my herbal teas. I told you I had a heart surgery a couple of years ago, and since then I started to eat hawthorn tea, which is very good for the cardiovascular structure, But I have multiple herbal teas in the kitchen. I drink wormwood is very good for cleansing parasites within your body. You can drink parsley, you can drink cilantro, you can drink red clove. There's so many different herbs out there. Really, I have to also make an episode about that. But I drink herbal teas every single day. I mix them sometimes randomly. Sometimes I look up what is good for liver cleanse, what is good for kidney cleanse, what is good for brain cleanse. There's so many herbs for everything. And it also depends on how healthy you are eating, because if you are eating bullshit all the time but drinking herbal teas, that's not going to do much. But if you're cleansing and then additionally drinking some herbal teas, that will support your cleanse that you're already doing. So a lot of people don't believe in herbal teas because they're full of shit. And if they're full of shit and drinking herbal teas, of course, not going to do anything. But if you are using them properly and using them over a longer period of time, because it takes more time to be effective for the herbal teas. It's not like a medicine that you pop in once and it's going to cleanse everything. You have to do it more and more and more over the time. It will support you very much. Another thing that I do is mobilization. A mobilization workout every single morning after waking up and before going to sleep. I move all my joints within the body. Like every time that I move my joints, they make like these pops. Like my neck, everything, my back. I make a mobilization workout. Every joint within my body I try to move, because what I don't use, I lose. So I think also a lot of people out there don't make a lot of mobilization workouts. Everybody's going to the gym, everybody's going for a jog or whatever, but you are not using the whole spectrum of your joints. And that is very important out there, to really, really, really stay in a mobilization. It is really important to stay active and use all your joints. That's why I do mobilization workouts every single morning, every single evening, where I use all my joints. I move them, my hips, my knees, my ankles, my feet, my fingers, my neck, my elbows, my back. Like there's so many joints within us that we don't use. Some people do yoga. Yoga is also very effective, but I don't find the time right now to do yoga. And sometimes I stretch here and there, but for me, mobilization is more my way. But I will try to do also more yoga in the future. And journaling. Journaling is also something that is very powerful for yourself, where you write down your thoughts, you write down your mindset, you write down what your visions are, what you are dealing with, what is coming up. Like it can just help you, to reflect, to have a mirror of yourself, to read yourself, also not in the now, but maybe in 2 weeks, when you read like what you've been through last week or last year, it will also show you like how far you've come, So I journal, I try to do it every 2 weeks. Some people do it daily, some people do it weekly, some people do it monthly. Like find your way, journal, write down your internal word onto this external paper, external laptop, whatever, and just keep learning about yourself. So we talked about a lot today, and I don't wanted to expand this episode too much. But yeah, we talked about fasting, that if you are never becoming sick, that doesn't mean that you are healthy. But also, if you are sick all the time, that means you have to cleanse. You can analyze your own being and see that if you have to cleanse, everyone needs to cleanse, but some people need it more than others, of course, but everyone has to do a cleanse. And you can analyze that according to your body. Your body will show you different signs, and you can read your body by analyzing your sweat, analyzing whatever you do in the toilet, the smell, how your room smells after you sleep, how your sweat smells, how your face looks like, how you're feeling in general. Like there's so many different aspects about yourself that you can analyze to realize, okay, I have to fast. And also with which benefits it will give you, like in general in life, we are in this distress mode. Like we are in a stressful mode that is not beneficial to us, but we have to get to the eustress. The eustress is something that is a beneficial stress, because to fast is stressful for the body. It is stressful for yourself. Same as exercising, same as being disciplined. It is very stressful to do these things, but they are beneficial for you. But if you are indulging all the time, if you're eating shit all the time, that stress will accumulate and turn out negative over a period of time. So it has many benefits to fast for your health, for your mindset, for your vision, for your physical appearance in general. And that's why I can just highly recommend to you to fast. Many different ways of fast: water fast, fruit fast, juice fast, tea fast, soup fast, alkaline fast. So many different fasts, intermittent fast, one meal a day fast. So you have to experiment yourself and find your own way, which is the most beneficial for you. But like we talked, there will be challenges. You will have cravings. You may be fatigued. You may lose some energy and lose some weight. You will be triggered. Maybe more symptoms will come up because you will give your body the time to properly rest, to get into that mode where you're really like, okay, now I can chill. And my body's like, whoa, my body's letting go of everything because now is the time for me to be able to rest. So it is important to analyze yourself, to read the signs, to understand the signs, to experiment by day and day and day. And making a fast now, maybe in a couple of weeks again, trying new things out. I fasted for the last 7 years. I did many different fasts, and each time I learned more about the fast itself, but also about myself. For example, right now I'm fasting. I'm doing the grape fast, and I did the grape fast for 5 days, and I wasn't eliminating as much as I wanted to in the bathroom, And yesterday I was like, fuck this shit. I will eat more grapes because I'm eating this this low amount of grapes every meal. And also I wanted to just feel a little bit more full because I realized like my body is craving for a little bit more than I was intaking, because I read this book, this Grape Cure book by Johanna Brandt, and that just inspired me like to go into a grape fast and try it out, because grapes are actually part of the berry family. And everyone knows that berries are super healthy. Berries are like power bombs. They're so full of antioxidants, they're so full of nutrients, and that's why grapes are also so healthy. And compared to other berries, grapes are kind of affordable, because like if I wanted to do a blueberry fast or strawberry fast, I would be broke because they're so expensive, but grapes, they're affordable. So grapes are very beneficial. And yesterday, I was at this moment, I was watching Demon Slayer, and I was eating a portion of grapes, and I was like, I need more. Then I ate another portion of grapes, and I was like, I still need more. Then I ate 3 portions of grapes, and in total it was like 1 kilogram of grapes at once, And suddenly, finally, I had to go to the toilet. After I went to the toilet, I eliminated, and I felt like, okay, there was still something within me that has to be eliminated. And after that, I went to the toilet 5 times, no cap, and I just eliminated stuff out of my body, out of my system. And since yesterday, I'm going to the toilet more regularly, So why I'm telling you this, it's not to tell you about how often I go to the toilet or not. It's just about you have to listen to your own body and sometimes adjust. Even if I tell you, do this kind of method, sometimes your body may work differently. Your microbiome is different than mine. Your mindset is different than mine. Your body is different than mine. If you're a man, if you're a woman, your bodies are different. So you have to listen to your own body and learn from yourself. You try things out. It may go right, it may go wrong. You do it again, you learn again, you grow. So it's always about being very mindful with yourself and experimenting with yourself and learning. That's why I'm saying I adjusted a bit. Now I realized, okay, I can eliminate better. Today I'm eating less grapes again, and it's still working. So it was just like this one amount of grapes that I needed to flourish my body and give it like a proper digestion. So also what I can highly recommend to you if you start fasting, for example, depending on where you are in life, maybe start with 1 day. If you never fasted before, or start with 3 days. You can start with intermittent fast, where you just eat for 6 hours a day, or 4 hours a day, or 2 hours a day, or maybe 1 meal a day. Try it out and be very mindful. Like I told you, maybe take a time where you don't have a lot to do on the weekend. You have 3 times off. You have 3 days off. Do 1 day water fast, or maybe 1 day fruit fast, then 1 day water fast, then 1 day fruit fast. So try to make it possible for you, so you will master the challenge, but don't aim too high for you and not be able to get that goal, because then it's very demotivating. Because if you try to do like a 4-week water fast now, it's not possible if you never fasted before, or rather it's very challenging, But if you say, okay, I only want to do like 1 day, and you do that 1 day, you can give yourself like appreciation, You'll be like, no, nice, I do it. Next time I do 2 days. Next time I do 3 days. So depending on where you are, start with maybe a fruit fast. That is also easy because you're still eating, but you're not eating such heavy meals that are heavy to digest. And then you can do a water fast, like I told you, maybe with some Himalaya salt, with some nice olive oil, because olive oil is also very cleansing for the system. Some oregano oil, just 1 drop of highly essential oregano oil that is very cleansing for parasites. And yeah, just try it out for yourself, and then try to work and try to ascend, try to get to the next level. Because in this world in which we live, man, we live in an environment where there's so many pollutions, man. Like cars are outside, the air's polluted, the water's polluted, man. Like you cannot drink sink water in Germany, you cannot drink sink water anywhere. Like it's very hard to dodge pollution in this time and age, But it is possible, and it's also possible to cleanse yourself. You know, you don't have to be super healthy all the time, because it's not possible to live a perfect life. You know, nothing is really perfect, but everything comes with its price. Everything comes with its challenges. So find yourself, find your way, experiment, do 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, listen to your body, listen to the signs. Also listen if it's your ego's talking or if it's your mind who's talking. Is it really your body? Are you really pushing too hard like myself did a couple of times? And am I losing too much weight? Am I almost at the point where I'm going to lose consciousness or whatever? Like, it's really a challenge to do a proper fast, but with every fast, I can tell you, you will become better. You will learn more about yourself, and the next time it will be easier. It will be easier. You will be stronger. In a couple of years, you may be able to fast like for 1 month, for 2 months, whatever. Like, it's really always depending. Like, what do you want to accomplish? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to inspire others? And yes, I hope there was a very insightful episode for you. I hope you can apply something of that knowledge for yourself and turn it into wisdom to not only listen to me, but experiment on yourself. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if there's anything you want to know. Let me know if there's anything I can improve. Let me know if there's anything that you wish to hear from me, that I should dive deeper into it, that explain more, or maybe a story that you want to hear, maybe about my heart surgery or anything else. And I'm very grateful for you, man. I appreciate you so much. Without you, this podcast is nothing. You are the viewer, you are the supporter, you are really a big help by pushing me. I'm pushing you, I'm giving you something. It's always an energy exchange. I'm giving you something, you give me something back, and I just appreciate you for listening to this point. Appreciate for supporting, for giving a 5-star rate, for giving a thumbs up, for watching, for supporting, and also sending this video and podcast to your friends or family, because a lot of people need to know this. A lot of people need to hear this. Not everyone is promoting this. Not everyone knows about this. So yeah, let me know. Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. I appreciate you. I thank you. And Konscious, Conscious, Inaku out. Peace.